In this video I'm going to be going through the wonder cards from through the ages. Now wonder cards are major constructions like the pyramids, Great Wall, Kremlin, those sort of things, big major constructions. And you'll know you've got a wonder card if you see the purple colour. So just look for that when you're looking for wonder cards. Now there's 4 in each age, so you can see here we've got 4 for age A, age 1, 2 and 3. Now in order to pay for a wonder, you simply pay the number of civil actions as indicated on the card. Now remember they're purple, so we can easily see the 2 wonders on the card row here. So I can pay 1 civil action for that one and bring that one into my hand if I wanted to. Or I could pay 2 civil actions for this one here, which I might do that. I might pay 2 for that, bring that into my hand. So now I say bring into my hand, but technically when it comes to wonders, you don't put them into your hand. They don't contribute to the number of cards on you that you're allowed. It goes straight into play. And when it goes into play, it gets turned sideways to indicate that it is now under construction. So in order to construct this wonder, what we need to do is have a look at the numbers that appear here. You can see we've got a 1, a 4 and a 1. Now that means there are 3 stages because there's 3 numbers on there. You can see the pyramids here. There are 3 stages as well, but some wonders have 4 numbers, so you might have 4 different stages. But these ones are not too bad. They're early on in the game, so they don't require as much. And you can see the numbers. We've got a 1, a 4 and a 1. So the 1 indicates the number of resources you'll need. So stage 1 needs one resource, which are these. Stage 2 needs 4 resources, and stage 3 needs 1 resource. Now you also notice some lettering, some wording on here. Some don't have any wording, you can see there. Pyramids doesn't. But they've all got some sort of benefit under here, amongst other than this, that will apply as soon as you finish this wonder. So none of these benefits apply until the stages are complete. So let's have a look at how you complete those stages. So we said we place that there. Alright, now we can start building the stages on this same round if we want to, or we can wait to subsequent rounds. If you don't have enough resources now, you might not be able to start building any stages, but it looks like we've got enough so we can get going. Now be aware that it's a good idea to complete the wonders as soon as possible. It's only because when you hit certain ages in the game, sometimes these cards will disappear if they're not completed. So an age A wonder, if that's not completed by the time you get to age 2, this will disappear. So you want to make sure they're completed as soon as possible. Also because you'll get the effects a lot sooner. Okay, so we've got this card. We know that stage 1 requires 1 resource. So we have to first pay 1 civil action in order to do that. And then we take one of the resources, only costs 1, and put it back into our bank. But we also need to grab one of these and move it over to the 1 to show that it is completed. Okay, so that's 1 stage has already been completed. That's great. Now, can we do the second stage? So it requires 4 resources. We do have 4 there, and we also have a civil action to do it. So let's do that. We'll pay another civil action. We'll pay the 4 resources, and we have to grab one of them to put on the 4 to show that that stage is complete now. Okay, can we complete the last stage? No, we don't have any more resources, and we don't have any more civil actions either. So what we'd have to do is wait for the next round or another round. When it comes to my turn again, I could complete that. So let's just assume now, though, that it is complete. We've done all 3 stages, and it is ready to go. What we do is we take all the cubes, put them back into your bank, turn it this way, and it is now complete. So now the effects that are on this card are ready to be added to my stats. I'll show you what that looks like now. So let's take a look at the benefits we get from this particular card. So first thing you want to do is look at the text. And this one says you may have 1 extra civil card. So in other words, we've got 4 civil cards, and that's the most we can have in our hand at this particular time of the game. But it allows me to have 1 extra now. So I could take another card from the card row at any point and have 5 in my hand. And it also says I can have 1 extra military card as well. So instead of 2 being my maximum, I can now go to 3. Now for this down here, we've got a culture rating of 1. So this means I can increase my culture rating here on my culture track to 1. So that on every round now, I'll get 1 culture point extra, which is good because that's how you win the game, by having the most culture points. It also says 1 science rating. Now that's good too. So I can increase my science rating here by 1. Remember, it's on the 1 down here. This tracks how much you get per round. This is what you get per round. So you want to be moving that part up there. Now once I've completed a wonder, I can then purchase a second wonder, but I cannot do that unless it's completed. So if it was still under construction, I cannot complete a wonder. And that same applies if you have two like that, one completed, one not completed. Until this one is completed, you cannot buy a third. Okay, so make sure that each is completed before you go on to buy another one. So I'm ready to get another one, so I can go with the Hanging Gardens or the Taj Mahal. Now if I'm going to pay for these, it's a little different than when we bought our first one. For these ones, just say I wanted to buy that, I'd have to pay the action as indicated there, so that's one. But I'd also have to pay for every wonder completed in my hand, so that's one. So I'd have to pay an extra one. And the same would apply here. This costs 3 actions, but because I've got one completed in my hand, I have to pay an extra action for that. That becomes 4. So just let's say I have purchased that one and it's already completed. Just say I've gone through all the rounds to complete it and I have 2 wonders completed. If I was wanting to buy this one, it would cost me 3 and then 1, 2 extra for that. Now at this point I've only got 1, I don't have 5, so 5 civil actions, so I wouldn't be able to get that. So you can see the more wonders you have completed, the more expensive it's going to cost up here. Now just one last thing to note, you do not place workers on here, so you do not do that. You do not need to do that. It doesn't have any benefit for you to add a worker there. So if you enjoyed that tutorial, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps our channel. And don't forget to subscribe, as we'll be doing lots more Through the Ages tutorials.